Good evening, welcome to Voices of British Orthodoxy. I am Lazar. Today is the 12th of July, or the 25th if you're on the new calendar. Today we are going over the pilgrimage to Wales that a few of us from the Midlands and also other places did last week. The journey started off with us meeting at St Lazar's for about 5:45 in the morning, where we then took a coach to Wales. The first place we stopped off at was All Saints of Wales, which is a Russian parish. I think it's Moscow Patriarchate, so it is Soros, where there was a divine liturgy, which was beautiful because it was also in Welsh, and that was certainly a unique thing to hear. Hearing Welsh being chanted was great. Yeah, it was nice because it's also nice when there's a few priests celebrating. So there was Father Nenad, there was Father Daniel, and there was another priest, Father Lazarus. After that, we went to a church that is 6th century AD, so, or at the very least has a stone from the 6th century AD. We then went for a meal. I don't know if there's any photos of the meal. If there is, it'll be on the St. Lazar's page, on either Instagram or Facebook. And then after that we went to Pennant Malangle, where we got to venerate St. Malangle's relics and also something else that'll come up in the final video that we will be reacting to. Right, so before we do get into it, don't worry, this won't be too long. I'll go over all the WhatsApp stuff first, then 3 videos to avoid doxing of number. I'll then go over those 3 videos that I downloaded. I will then go through Instagram, starting off with my personal account stuff, then going over to the St. Lazarus stuff. Right, let's get into it. So this is presumably a nice photo, a nice selfie taken on the way there. This is of a nice lake thing that we drove past. Yeah, and if anybody knows what the chant is in the background, feel free to leave it down below. Anyway.
Wow.
Lovely. This is presumably another just selfie of the drive, photo of the drive even. I promise I know the difference between a regular photo and a selfie. This is some nice scenery. This is inside the parish. So, this is the iconostasis of All Saints of Wales, which is a very beautiful parish. This looks like St. Elizabeth the New Martyr. Could be a Greek icon, I'm not the most certain. And then the saint next to her looks Western. You can kind of tell from the way the clothing is, I think. So, I don't know who the saint is. I'm going to assume it's a Welsh saint, so I don't know. Shall we guess Saint Tyleo? Probably is a solid guess. Right, let's move on. This is a nice photo of the left side. Well, focusing a little bit more on the left side where there's these icons on the wall, and it's nice to see. And there's also plenty of like UK saints, which is great. The next photo, I think it is, depicts, yeah, I'm not sure what part of the liturgy this is from. Could be after. Sorry about that, pardon me. This is, you know, the beautiful hills, next to the houses and cars, and some shipping containers. This is a nice view. I think this probably... Would this be the lake or the sea? I'm not entirely certain. I do apologise. But you can also see a dude doing some gliding stuff. This is the 6th century church I was mentioning. This is a nice photo of Father. This is a nice photo looking out over the sea and kind of also towards the other mountains, towards like the north. So this is like proper west coast. This is where we went to have our meal. This is, and then I'm going to presume that this is either on the way back or towards Pennant Malangle, and then we've got a nice selfie. Right, it might take me a bit to find the, we are, of course, well known for our organisation skills as far as, making sure everything's prepared goes. But in all seriousness, right, so the first photo was going to be that one of Father kind of like walking up, but I think I'm going to just skip to the first group photo, which also makes my life a lot easier. Right, there we go. I think this works. Because as long as I make sure that there isn't... Right, so this is, obviously there's not really too much space, but this is basically the entire group. I think there was potentially 40 of us, or something, and, you might be wondering, Lazar, why can't we see you? You can kind of see the sliver of my suave jacket here. Right, now I need to make sure that it ends up on mine. Okay, this is perfect. Wait, okay. I kind of want the numbering. I think I can make this work. Okay, we're gonna start here, because I think that is better. Right, so this is inside the church, and also because I want it in numerical order. Anyway, so this is inside the church. This was, nice icons that I saw, as we will see in the next image, which is a close-up. This is a Welsh icon of Saint Ilia the Righteous, who was a very famous, important Georgian saint from the early 20th century, who did a lot and was, I think, martyred, right? I think he was martyred. And, like, I think he's in that category of Georgian saints that worked very hard towards Georgians restored autocephaly, if I remember correctly. I'm not entirely certain, and I can't guarantee it, but yeah. Anyway, right. Next photo is... So this is the place where the church is, again. I'm not going to try and pronounce any of this. I know that this is Clan, and then I think it's like, what? Danwig or something like that, right? Clan Danwig would be my best guess. But yeah, this is like right on the west coast. Like, I think it's like pretty much, it's kind of, I don't know if it's like precisely spat bang in the middle, but as far as the west coast goes of Wales, it's basically halfway between Holyhead and this, whatever the southern western part is. But yeah, there's a nice church here that has stuff from the 6th century. Great video. The views and the... Amazing commentary from me. And also beautiful views. This is the church. This is a, we'll go over that bit more later, well, in a bit, but yeah, this is a Welsh service Bible. This is obviously from Jeremiah. I imagine it would have been read. This is a stone that is from the 6th century. Well, it's thought to be around from the 6th century. This is the inside of the church. Nice selfie. Not quite as nice a selfie. Nice-ish selfie. The sun is in my eyes for both of these. I'm not gonna give you any excuses. The sun was in my eyes, and then this is the view. So, like, you got the entrance to the church down here, and then there's, like, a walk with pebbles and whatnot on the side. This is Pennant Malangle. This is the entrance to Pennant Malangle. This is inside the church, and it is the correct term is sarcophagus, I think, and that contains her relics. This is, some gravestone. I don't know if it is for St. Malangle or not, but yeah, I don't know what I was trying to take a photo of here. This is Saint Melangel icon. This is two icons. We'll talk a bit more about this one in a bit. This one is a rabbit next to a Celtic cross. The sarcophagus again, where she is buried, and we all kissed her, and we all... There's another selfie that we all had in front of it. I don't know if it actually comes up. This is another icon. That's quite nice, and there's a rabbit next to it. This is a video I got inside of a different area. Because I was filming this video, you also won't see me in the final selfie either, but hey. It is what it is. Right, that's it as far as photos goes. Okay, cool. The next thing is actually two videos from inside that first church, so... That's a reading from the thingy. This is also a reading. And then there's a second, well, there's a third, which I labelled a second because I downloaded it second, but yeah. This shows some stuff to do with the actual Bible itself. Okay, next up is my photos. I know. Right, so let's just start by reading the caption. It is blessed to be able to go to Wales yesterday on a pilgrimage. It was great to experience a divine liturgy that was partly in Wales and see a Welsh icon of beloved saints such as Saint... Okay, I apologise for my grammar. To see a Welsh icon of a beloved saint like Saint Ilya the Righteous, it was great that both cradles and converts came together to venerate the saints of this land. It is through this that these isles will become Orthodox again, Lord willing. Thank you to Father Nenad for organising this pilgrimage, thank you to Father Daniel for the beautiful liturgy, and thank you to everybody that did come for making it a blessed day. Right, and then, yeah, some nice comments. Right, photos. I've already been through them, but selfies, as you do. This is the Welsh Saints icon. Doesn't look quite as great on here. This is obviously thingy. This is the first video. This is the second one with the amazing commentary of mine. To be fair, you've all effectively seen these, so yeah, it's like, as we saw, there is a relatively old Welsh Bible. I don't remember if it has all of Scripture or if it's just the Old Testament. It is probable and possible that it had all of Scripture in it. Well, not all, but the entirety of the Protestant canon at the very least. Because Wales would have been, what, Church of Wales, which would have been, like, what, Presbyterian or something like that in 1927, which I think is when this is from. This is a stone, as you do. Again, this stone is potentially from the 6th century, which means it was probably built by a saint, or, you know, interacted with a saint, which was kind of cool. Pennant Melangel is beautiful, by the way. It's like, the church itself is peaceful. It's a nice walk through the, is it cemetery or graveyard? Whatever it is that's attached to the church. It's a nice walk up to the church, you go in. There's like 2 or 3 sections. I think we talked about it a bit more thingy when we went over, and this is the canonical icon, when we went over the Greek and Antiochian pilgrimage here, I think it was a few months ago now. Right. I think I posted more photos. Okay, so... To be fair, you've already seen all of them. I just kind of also wanted to... Matter of fact, I need to include the current. This is a nicer icon. But yeah, this is what I would call a canonical icon. I would say this one's a little bit more, respectable and canonical. I think they all could be potentially canonical, and I'm not denying that, but, like, when you think Orthodox icon, this one is probably the one that looks most like your standard Byzantine, whatever, Orthodox icon. Right, oh, wait, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this one. Okay, that's definitely not what I wanted. Lol. You know what, we're going to reopen this and we're going to close this one down. Right, so while in the church, and Father had two of our chanters chant Bogorodice Dieva. And they also talk about, and also they did some chanting during the liturgy, but we'll also hear some more of that when we get to the final video. By the way, there I am. I think Bogorodice Dievo is translated basically as Hail Mary, full of grace. Like, Rejoice, O Virgin and Theotokos, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed thou among women. I think that is basically the translation of the... That would be roughly the translation of the Bogorodice Dievo song. Anyway. Yeah, for anybody that wants the translation, Rejoice, O Virgin Theotokos, Mary full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed is thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, for thou art born Christ, born the Saviour of our souls. Right, let's continue. But yeah, you can just about see me there. I don't know if that was worth the interruption, but... And then we have the proper... So this is what this is what I was waiting for. This is the coach full of people. If you wish to go to the Lazarica Church Instagram, you can probably try and find me towards, like, the back. Not, like, right at the back, but, like, a row in front. Anyway, and also, this sounds like the St. Lazarus Choir, and I don't know if this was chanted on the day, because, again, there was a bit of shared thingy, but anyway. I believe this is Father Lazarus. I didn't give my opinion. I didn't actually see the thing just before this, I don't think, because I was looking away. Right, this is Father Daniel, who was a very gracious host to us. As a matter of fact, if it wasn't for Father Daniel, we wouldn't have actually been able to go to Pennant Melangal, because our coach was never going to actually fit on the tight track that actually goes from some village towards Pennant Melangal, and so it was through him that we had it was through him that we were able to actually get there, because he had the connection. He was able to get us onto he was able to phone. I think he phoned for us. Oh, the image just before this was a of con celebration. Okay, that's fine. I don't really have much else to say. Yeah, it was nice to see priests celebrating, and yeah, it was through. It was through Father that we were able to get minibuses, which, well, we were able to rent a minibus, which took us to Penamlangle, though it had to do like 2 journeys, both there and back, to actually take us. Yeah, this is and also at the very end of it, a icon of a saint, and I forgot to take a photo of this at St. Lazar's, because it's now at St. Lazar's in front of the Archrogeritzer icon. There was a Welsh saint icon that was actually gifted to us as well. Well, gifted to Father, and he put it before the Trogeritzer icon, which was beautiful. I think this is of the saints of... I think this is like an icon of some of the saints of Wales. It would be great if there was if anybody out there wants to make an icon of Saint Brohan of Breheniog, a very important Welsh saint. This is from the liturgy. This is from the liturgy. Personally, I'm not fond of the taking photos or even videos of people communing, but I also have those saying them are. I am just a nobody, but again. This is a reading of the epistle in Slavonic.
da koji živimo i ostajemo do dolaska Gospodnjeg, nećemo preteći one koji su usnuli.
This is what I meant when they said that our choir chanted with theirs, and that there was also, yeah, mixture of chanting, and one of the people did some beautiful chanting in Welsh. But yeah, the chanting in Welsh, unfortunately, I don't think anybody actually got videos of it, because, to be fair, I don't think there was meant to be any videos taken during the church. So I'm a bit confused as to how we even have videos from the church, but oh well. But yeah, the Welsh chanting was beautiful. And it also just goes to show how, even if you don't know the language, you can still follow the liturgy, which is always great. Anyway, I didn't realize that this came again. There's me. Preparing to take a selfie, as you do. There was also plenty of people on the, what's it called? On the beaches. On the beach. Because it was a nice day out. Okay, yeah, no. This is from... Okay, I am now for certain that is St. Lazar's Saturday Choir, but that is an old cover. Because I hear the voice of somebody who actually wasn't able to make it. Okay, so this is St. Lazar's Choir, but this isn't actually... The background chanting is not actually from the day. There's me waiting patiently to... I'm not sure if it was to venerate the sarcophagus or to go to get that video back behind while Father was organising the photo, which I missed out on, because I'm at the back and I'm not exactly tall. By the way, this is, for those that don't know what Teba poem is, that's the song that's, I don't know what it is in Greek, but it's something like, it's meet to bless thee, or something like that in English. And it's sung when the gifts are being consecrated. And this Byzantine version is probably it's probably my favourite. The only question is this before or after my retirement? Anyway, There's me again.
It's nice to see the landscape.
I think it probably is after. Anyway, so I think I listened to this earlier. I'm going to be honest, it will be a bit difficult to hear the interview because of the background music. Small error, nothing major. Anyway, let's continue.
And to see some saints I never heard of before, but that we should think of more.
Yeah, I imagine most people, especially the cradles, probably don't know too much about the Welsh saints. I mean, to be fair, I don't know if I covered any of the saints. I think at some point we did cover Saint Melangle, but I can't speak for the other saints. Anyway, so yeah, and yeah, we should absolutely be we should be venerating Britain's saints more.
I am also grateful to have been able to venerate ancient saints that I'd never heard of before.
Has to be in this church.
Yeah, venerating saints is always great, and yeah, hopefully some of these people, and hopefully some of you, dear viewers, will once again consider venerating Britain's saints.
I feel blessed to be having a father like this. It was an amazing day, got our food. Now we're here. I feel blessed to be here as well.
Yeah, it was great to be out. Yeah. Also, if you think the people look worried, this was... So, we were all waiting... We've been to Penn and Melangle. We're now waiting for basically all of us to, you know, somehow figure out a way. But for all of us to get to the... what's it called? The coach that's going to take us back to Brom. And then, yeah, so... This was mostly out of nowhere. I think mine was good, but I think it also could have been better. Anyway, right, let's get into my one.
It was good going to different churches that have massive history. The first one we went to by the beach had a rock from the 6th century.
Yeah, the history is important. The one thing I do wish I had said is that it was great that cradles and converts came together to venerate Britain's saints. Like, it was a beautiful day out. Cradles, converts, I think some of them were newly illumined, some newly illumined, I think others were catechumens, and we all came together, and also, obviously, there was clergy, and we all came together to venerate Britain's saints. I don't think I ever actually explicitly say that, because I was put on the spot and I didn't really have a moment to think, but yeah.
One that we've just been to has the relics of Saint Melangle. It was overall very blessed.
The first pilgrimage I've ever been on. I'm extremely blessed to have Father arranged this. It's been a great day. The stillness of prayer. I'm really grateful to have gone here and met all these great people from the parish.
And yeah, you can hear me laughing in the background. Yeah, congrats to this dude on, I think he said it was his first pilgrimage, right? Yeah, it's a pretty good first pilgrimage.
Thank you very much for this opportunity. It was a great experience, a blessed day, full of joy, full of peace, and full of sun from the God. Thank you, Father.
I also do want to point out that we all laughing together. It was very wonderful. Also, again, to see, it was, I think I've basically said this multiple times, but it was great to see brothers dwelling in unity. And, like, we all had a laugh. We took the pilgrimage part seriously, but obviously in the downtime we all had a laugh together, which I think is good.
I really liked it, yeah, the liturgy in Welsh. No one ever gets to hear that outside that church, so it's quite special.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
From various different places of religious observance. We had honestly a great day.
Wonderful day. I met wonderful people.
Robert is going to give the most down-to-earth answer. And I think that is probably... I think Robert here is the last person.
We've been to so many really interesting places, and most of all, we've had the chance to meet the local saints, which is a definite must for whoever is interested in the history of Britain.
Simple, down-to-earth. You love it. I think in hindsight we all probably should have been a bit more weary of the fact that Father was recording these. So I guess I will apologise, especially given that you heard me very loudly laugh in one of the previous ones and say, what was it, happened to the best of us. But yeah, obviously, I'm just being nitpicky at what was a very wonderful day. Anyway.
It's been a lovely day. It's been absolutely wonderful to go to the liturgy in the church in Blaenau this morning with Father Daniel, which was very inspiring, and to come and visit some of these churches with such ancient history and very interesting saints has been really fascinating.
By the way, don't worry, you can't actually see me on this one. I think I'd have to go to... I think I'd either have to go to Father's Facebook directly, or I'd have to go to the church's Facebook to find, I guess, a version of this where I can be seen. I think. I'm not too certain. It is possible. It is not possible. I do apologize for this pause. I'm trying to find a photo where I actually do appear in. Just because I am egotistical like that. That one we're bringing across. You can't see me in this one either. You can kind of see me in the back. Okay, right, that's fine. This one's a nice photo. Can I? I'm not gonna be able to get away with pushing this to the top, am I? This was a nice photo. I'm in the middle doing some... So, I am crouched. I'm trying to bend my knees, because I know there are people behind me, but I don't know if they're on the taller end and will be fine, or if they're on the shorter end and will basically, you know, need me to lower myself so that they can be in the photo. But yeah, this was a nice photo. So this is where we waited before heading off to, on the minibus to, the mini bus thing to, thingy. Yeah. Pennant Malangle. And whilst it's not too relevant to any of you, it is kind of cool that I got to do multiple forms of travelling that day. Car to start off with. The massive coach, the minibus, another car, and then trains to get back home. And it was a wonderful day out. Right. I'm, like, somewhere back here. You can't see me. Like, I am covered by, like, the back row of people, for the most part. And I can't actually be seen in this photo because, yeah, I was too busy getting thingy. But yeah, at least I showed you a photo where I do actually appear in. Right, I don't know what happens if I close this, and so I am a bit nervous. So I'm going to cut the display. We're going to... Okay, that's not too bad. I'm going to just give you the standard Christian cross that you've all, you know, come to love. Orthodox cross bold. Right. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you coming and giving me 34 minutes out of your day. It's kind of funny being able to know what the conversation was about in some of those thingies, because we, and especially me, couldn't keep quiet. It was great listening to the opinions of both the cradles and the converts. None of you actually ever make it this far, unfortunately. But if you have made it this far, and you want your pilgrimage featured on this channel, whether you want me to do basic commentary where I just talk about what it appears you are doing, or whether you have pre-prepared script, or whether you just want a simple video upload that you've already prepared, I'm okay with any of that. feel free to email me at voicesofbritish@gmail.com. I will leave that at the top of the description. Again, if you send your photos, videos, whatever, and say how you want the video done, I will gladly promote your pilgrimage. If you are planning a pilgrimage, feel free again to message me that, email me that. I will gladly do a video promoting it. I'm not sure when the next upload will be, video-wise. I think I have some ideas that I want to send over to Father, but again, there's a possibility that we could go over a month without content. I will apologise in advance, because I don't think there's too many pilgrimages coming up or whatever that I can talk about. Anyway, I've been Lazar. God bless you all, and amen. Actually, you know what, wait. If you have any content suggestion, you can leave it down below. Yeah. Anyway, God bless you all, and amen.